Hi, welcome back. This is the Profane Gang.
What? I guess. People do complain about how much we cuss. We are the Profane Gang. But Kyle's inside. He wanted to go to sleep. We just got done finally recording Final Fantasy X for today. So he left. It was just me and Kyle. Just talked for a while. Now we're gonna do one without Kyle. And I think eventually Clay and Kyle will do one without me.
I can't figure out how to work the camera because we're technologically retarded.
You see that red button? Yeah, hit the fucking red button. That's all you use.
Well, how do we work that thing?
I'll just set it up. Just tell me when you guys want to do it, and I will set it up for you, and I will leave. I will go inside, and I will cry in my gooch while I'm playing Dark Souls 3.
It's an awful lot of tear trajectory.
Well...
Are they coming down with velocity, or are you curled up in a ball?
Like I'm throwing my tears at my ball sack?
Yes.
No, actually what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna cry a lot. Like, I'm just gonna cry obscenely, like so much, and soak my shirt, and then I'm just gonna wring it out on my pubes. Right in between my asshole and my ball. I'm sure people do stuff there in the sex.
Oh yeah, they do. Would you like me to explain?
Yeah, because it was just a guess. I don't actually know if people do that.
There is a method for prostate stimulation where you just push really hard on the taint.
I've done that.
Really?
Yeah. I tried it. It didn't do much for me. I mean, it's probably because I didn't even know it was a thing, so I was probably doing it very wrong.
Yeah, but apparently you just push really hard on the fucking taint. And somehow it works the prostate. I don't know. I read it.
Yeah, work that prostate. Work that prostate.
Like an 80s workout video, but it's just dudes rubbing the fucking taints.
It's like punching them with golden fists.
They still wearing all the spandex with the side ponytails you'd normally see in an 80s workout video.
Oh, totally. If they weren't, I probably wouldn't jack off to it.
No. Do you guys just want to do an 80s workout video in here one day? just doing one?
Make up our own moves. That'd actually be awesome. We might do that.
You're witnessing the creative process.
True. Oh! There was another story I remembered. Shit, how did it go? It was when, Joe and Tom and Quiche got kicked out of the house. It's not when they got kicked out of the house, but it was...
Why?
Well, we can tell that story too. I was gonna tell another story when they came over and we did something. But yeah, the way that they got kicked out of the house... I find this so hilarious now that I think about it. It was around Mintfest weekend, which in the town that we live in, if you're not from here, every Father's Day weekend we have the Mint Festival, which is just a 3-day festival that goes on every year, and there's a bunch of like rides and people playing music on the stage at Norwayne Field, and a bunch of people have food out and stuff. It's fun. It's a small town festival, but I mean, it's the only thing that actually makes me enjoy living here. But Travis and I decided we wanted to go, and I don't remember if you were with other people, because I don't remember where you were in this story.
I was with them, but I left to meet. Left to meet a woman.
Oh, okay. Anyway, Travis and I decided to go to the Mint Fest, and we asked if Joe and Tom and Quiche wanted, and if you haven't seen any of the other videos, Joe and Tom are friends of ours, as well as Quiche. Quiche being the one that makes those marathon.
It was my idea what they did.
What?
It was my idea what they did, and I left to meet with a woman, and then I was going to come back to watch it, and then shit happened.
This is you're thinking of a different story. I was thinking of the Spyro one. You're thinking of the... Oh my god! Holy shit, I forgot about that! Well, let's tell the other one first. We got plenty of stories to go. And this one was Travis and I went to go to the Mint Fest because we were bored sitting around the house all day. And Joe and Tom and Quiche decided to stay there and play the first Spyro on the PS1. Except I think they were playing it on the PS3. Or no, they were playing it on the PS2. but they didn't have a memory card to save it with. So they were like, well, we might as well just try and beat the whole game tonight. And they had no way of saving, so they didn't want to stop. And while Travis and I were gone, we're just doing our thing. And Clay is somewhere else, I guess. And Pam comes home, his mom, comes home to see them alone. It's just them in the house playing Spyro. And his mom is like, what are you guys doing here? Or where's everybody else? Clay left somewhere, and Travis and Steve went to the Medfest. They're going there to hang out, I guess. And we're just playing Spyro. And Pam was like, well, they're not here, you guys should leave. And they're like, no, we're not gonna do that. Straight up just said, no, we're not gonna do that. And Pam is like getting a little bit upset about that. Like, well, you see, your friends, the people that live here, are not here. You guys shouldn't be here without them. I'm not comfortable with that. So you guys should leave if they're not gonna be here, or go hang out with them and then come back with them. And they're like, no. Just no reason or anything, just no. We don't wanna. And eventually, Pam threatens to call the cops because they won't leave. And then they were eventually like, okay, whatever, fuck you. And then they left, and they weren't allowed back.
For a while, and then they screwed it up again with this one.
Yeah, you gotta tell this story though.
I don't remember what. I think that one is when I lived down south.
Oh, that might have been. He lived in Florida for how long? Like
2 years.
2 years, yeah.
But another time I was meeting a woman, I will not name names. Joe and Tom and Keish were over there. Mm-hmm. And Travis took off, I think, with you. This one was during the day. Yeah, Travis took off somewhere, and you said you were on your way.
Yeah.
And I had to go meet this person, then I was going to come back. So we knew you were on your way, so we dressed Joe up wearing like one of my flannel shirts and stuffed it up like he was fat, put a trucker hat on him, put these like ridiculous old man glasses on him. We dressed Keish up in my mom's clothes, and Tom was hiding in the closet. And Keish was ironing in the living room, just waiting for Steve to come home. And they heard the door open, and they started this whole routine, and it was my mom, and Keish walks out wearing her clothes.
No, it wasn't she showed up and saw it. It was I showed up and I saw it, but I showed up with Pam. Like, she showed up right when I did, and I was like, oh yeah, I'm gonna go inside. I don't know if Travis is here, and I'll just wait if he's not. And she was like, oh okay, yeah, I guess he's gonna be back soon or whatever. And I go to the back, and I see in Travis's, I don't think the room was set up to be his yet. Like, he was still in the other room, so this one was like kind of destroyed, and they were renovating or something like that. And Keish is in there in Pam's clothing, ironing, and he looks at me, and he's just like, I'm straight fucked, dude. The window was right there. He saw Pam there, and he was not allowed in the house. And Joe was in the back room, in your room.
Yep.
Dressed up like that, waiting for me also.
And Tom was in Mom's closet.
Yeah. And so I walked in, and I was like, oh, and Pam had said, oh, Travis isn't here, so you might as well just take off, and I'll let you know when he comes back or something. Like, I'll call your dad, and because I didn't have a phone at the time. And I was like, okay, I guess I'll leave. But I didn't know how to get the other three out of the house without Pam seeing. Joe managed to get out we opened the window. We just dragged him out of the window. Tom, I don't remember how he got out. But Keish was trying to he was trying to make it from room to room, and he fucked up. Pam was in the hallway, like, looking, and I was outside just telling him, like, okay, I don't see her, just go. And he was trying to go from Travis's room to Clay's room so he could try and make it out the window, and I don't know why we didn't think that wasn't gonna work, because he's a big man. And he walks out, and he looks both ways. He looks to the right, and he sees Pam. And he's just like, he just takes off all the clothes, throws it into Travis's room, He was just like, I'll be going now. Pam was just like, had the angriest face because she knew exactly what he was like dressed up like. She was like, you were dressed up as me, weren't you? Basically, just had that face. And he just walks out. Oh my god.
Another Ben story, oh my god. Oh,
Hold
man.
on, before you do that, move the thing.
But Ben and two women, not naming names because they're not like close friends that we're probably going to be mentioning often.
We don't need a name.
But they were going to egg some houses.
I was there.
You were there?
I was in the van.
Oh, you were in the van with him? Okay. But more on Ben forgot to roll the window down and smashed an egg on the inside of the van.
The reaction of everybody in the van. It was so amazing because we were just like, and I've never gone egging before, so I was like, I wasn't even fully comfortable with it, but I was like, you know what? I need to get back Mrs. Weiler because I wasn't over it. I wasn't over it then because it was like a few months later and I was still pissed off that the whole thing had happened and that she didn't take any blame or whatever. It doesn't matter. Like, I was angry at her. But I was like, you know what? I'm gonna go with and I'm gonna egg Miss Weiler's house, which was stupid. And I don't even know if we got the right house. Oh wait, no, I know for a fact we got the wrong house. And I called you to get the address, and we still messed up. We did not get the right house.
Because I was at my grandma's.
It was me and Ben was using some girl's van, or her mom's van, and she said it was okay because we were planning on doing something. Did not mention we were going to be egging houses, but whatever.
It was Ben and
we were
two
still
women.
We were still teenagers, so we were doing stupid shit. Yeah, regrets are real. Anyway, we're going around. We're trying to find good houses to egg, and I think the third one was when I named Miss Weiler's house, and we went to there and we egged it, and then or egged it, wrong house. And we go by Burger King, and we see a cop there because we were egging one of the houses nearby, and we were like, oh shit, we got a bolt. And so we close the door of the van, and Ben takes off, and he's looking over to the passenger's window, and he's like, give me an egg. And one of the other girls gave him an egg, and he was like, all right, I got this. And he chucks it as hard as he can straight into the window because it wasn't even open. And at the exact same time, all of us just looked at the window and the egg just running down the side. We're all just like, no! Just like, no, Ben! How could you do this? You fucking idiot. And at that time, because I was in the back seat, and I was like, I looked at that and I was just cracking up because I could not believe Ben was so stupid. And I was looking forward and I realized we're heading, like barreling straight for a fucking truck right in front of us. And I was like, hey Ben, you mind not hitting that vehicle? And he looks forward and we're like a couple feet away and he just swerves really hard, barely misses that truck. But God.
And then they show up to my grandma's house where I was because I was living with my grandmother at the time. And Travis was there to clean up this van and like recuperate from all of this. And I love my grandma to death, but she's a very racist woman.
Oh yeah.
She's at that age where she just doesn't care. And they were with two women of Latin descent. So I decided I would freak them out because it's like famous among our friend group about how my grandma is. Mm-hmm. And it was like 1 in the morning. And they were freaking out because it was women in my grandma's house and they were Latin and my grandma's a furious bigot. But so I go upstairs and I dress up like my grandma. I just walk in and just start grabbing her clothing, putting it on because my grandma is a very large woman. I'm just under 6'4". Mm-hmm. And I can fit into her clothes relatively comfortably. And I grab her cane, and she shakes a lot, so I'm smacking the cane all over the floor, walking down, they're all freaking out, and it's just me. And I just love that.
I remember that.
Oh, and one of the girls, I would always freak her out. I don't know why I did this, but it was just my favorite thing to do because she had very cherubic cheeks. I just walk up and just run my hand across her face and just go, hey. I love doing that to her. I don't know why.
I remember that too.